Good morning, folks. Welcome back. I think today we're going to move back away from the populated continent and over to the desert. And I want to make a mountainous desert village settlement, whatever, kind of carved into the rocks, much like that place in Turkey, or if you're nerdy, like um, the settlement in the Dark Crystal from the Mystics. So should be fun. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to delete the cube, and I think we're going to start with a cylinder. And I'm going to modify it. I want to cut it down so it's not quite so big. Maybe make it 24. A radius of, 20 meters should be good. A depth of I don't know, 40 feet, something like that. I'm not going to do the math. 40 feet, 12.2 meters. Sure, seems good. All right. GZ 6.1, I guess, if it's 12.2. There we go. Control A, all transforms, setting it on the ground. Let's go ahead and save. New 2406 17 1 live stream desert village. Sure, we'll call it that. 2406 17-1. Great. Now let's edit it. We're going to get rid of the roof, not the vertices, the face. Right. And make everything inside. Okay, normals are pointing the right way. And we're gonna want at least 3 layers to this thing. Let's see. 2, sure. And I want to put a person in for scale, just cause. Grab our guy, bring him in. Woohoo! There's the dude. I want to move him up against the wall just so I can see scale-wise what we've got. This might be a bit big. Yeah, no, it should be okay. It'd be a big cave, but I don't think it'd be too bad. I'm gonna bevel these. Yeah, it might be a little high. Let's just SZ and shrink it back down just a little bit. Okay, we'll go with that. A little tall. And okay. Yeah, before I even do that. Well, I've already done it now. So before I do that, but too late. Oh, scale. Now let's just take it out a little bit, but not quite that much. Well, maybe let's just sort of debating how I want to do this, how vertical I want to make it. Let's go out a little bit. There we go. And then let's scale again, but shrink it in. So that's going to go out more. And then let's just take it up. Just trying to get the bowl for the center of the space to be kind of how I want it. That seems pretty cool. Let's select this edge loop and select, check or deselect. I want to deselect 2, right? That looks like it's pretty even. I don't know why it does a weird offset sometimes. Offset. If I deselect 3, it's every 4. Is that better? Yeah, that lines up. That's what we want. And it gives us, 6 entrance ways into this thing. That seems good. And we could offset it. Do we want it offset? It doesn't really matter. Just go 1. Okay, it's kind of doesn't matter. Now, I think we want to keep these relatively square. Yeah, so let's inset slightly, just ever so slightly. Well, no, actually we won't. Keep it simple. Alt-E, extrude along normals, and pull them out. I wanted to go pretty far out, because these are like our entrance tunnels into this space. Cool. And then up here, let's select the next loop, and select, check or deselect. And it's just, that's fine. So they don't necessarily have to line up with the other ones. But we probably don't want them to. Exactly. We just play, make a couple holes. They don't have to be even. I'm just selecting some stuff. So now I'm changing my mind where I want them to be. Actually, we could go even. Let's see how we feel with this. Select, check or deselect, just 1. Yeah. Okay, so it's every other one. So that would give us 12. That seems fine. I'm good with that. And Alt-E along normals in just a bit that way, but not too far this time, but say that much. Now I'm going to face poke faces, which gives us a point of center. Select 1, deselect down to that, and circle. Okay. Now with individual origins on and direction being normal, let's see what we got. SX, no, SY. Cool, we'll make them just a bit wider. Some of them is going vertically, some of them is going horizontally. That's actually kind of fine. They don't all have to be the same size. I just want to kind of vary it up a bit. 3, Alt-E, faces along normals. Oh, that way. Cool. Well, that's kind of looking weird. No, it's all right. That was just, okay. Yeah, it pulls them off sideways slightly, this one. That's okay, though. Could be fine. And down is actually even kind of neat, too. All right. Let's see if we like this. File, append, and trainer base still there from last time. Okay, cool. Append that nodes group, add modifier, geometry nodes, trainer base. Ooh, it's a mess. We knew it would be. Let's set the strength down to like 3. Oh, we wanted to do more. I remember too. That is looking good. But first, let's turn it off and select this loop. Alt-E on normals into like there. Yeah, I want to just go 2 meters. Screw it. 2 meters in. And then this one. Come here. Why are you being a bitch? There we go. Alt-E, normals, 2 as well. Oh, actually, no, we don't want that one to go up. So just scale. Or no, E, scale. There. Right? Did I do it right? No. E, scale. I have proportional editing turned on. Scale. Okay. That would be Y. Tab. I'm just going to fix this. A, M, remove, yeah, get rid of those extra vertices I created by accident. Tab. Now we have kind of a lip. thing going on around it, which is what we wanted. To give us some kind of cave-like thing. And I'm reasonably cool with that. Let's cut our strength of this one down to 3. Scale of like 1. No, too much. 0.01, the other direction. We're getting a little bit of clipping here, which, let's see, is it the edge crease? I always forget what fixes that. Yeah. Still getting a little bit. I can just cut the strength down. We don't want to do that too much though. Decimate of like 0.1. I want to give us. Yeah, no. I did that before. Okay, no. Edge crease 0.5. Strength 4. Just kind of trying to dial this thing in so it's not doing this awful clip through thing here. And it might just do it. We may have to fix it another way, but doing anything? Let's see. No, it doesn't really seem like that is. What is automatic mesh restoration? I haven't even tried that before. Let's see. Fixes what's not. It fixes that problem. Good. Nice. That's cool. I have to remember that's there. 5. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Scale 0.05. I'm liking it not liking the ground in the middle, but that's fixing that stuff there nicely. It's a little too even, I think. Let's take our scale back up to like 0.1 and maybe 0.1 here too. Yeah. Let's fix the ground. 3, we just add more vertices and it'll deal with that better. Should be better. If it's not, it is. It's like, yep. That looks kind of cool. Increase the strength of our walls to 5. And scale to 0.2. Just gonna try playing with things for a little bit. That seems kind of rock-like. I don't want to feel too smooth, right? That feels pretty good. I like it. Let's go back into the edit mode. And now let's turn on proportional again. And let's just distort this out a little bit. It's not quite a circle. So yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's better. I like that. And this top loop is not going to work for us because it's just too smooth right now. I mean, if we were film and we never had to see the top, yeah, but since we can fix it, let's just do this. And extrude. And scale. Yeah. Let's turn off proportional now. Extrude, scale, Shift Z, out, GZ, down. And then we can just take these points, turn back on proportional, and just sort of warp at the top a little bit. tab. Now, if we look up, it looks like it's designed, but it also looks like it kind of goes around, and there's, it'll catch light on those edges and stuff too, so that'll be good. Cool. Yeah, that's working all right for me. Do we want a few more holes other places maybe? We get that one double layer. Maybe we want a few more up on the next layer up, just make it even bigger. We can do that. Let's add another rim loop. And I don't know how even we want it to be. We could just, I don't know. Like I've made these other holes very even now. So like we could just use the knife tool and do, this is maybe what I should have done before. And then 3E out, and we edit, or it comes in, nah, no, let's just make it even. Screw it. Let's 24, right? So 3, select these, select, check or deselect. Let's deselect 5 or 4. Sure, that seems good. And then offset it, just something like that. Sure. Just so there are a few more holes. And then let's inset it slightly. Go. There we go. And Alt-E, this is on normals, out. And these ones will have go up though. Not normal direction, global direction. There we go. Tab. A few more holes. Cool. Nice. Definitely looks constructed, but also rough hewn. Should be fine. Should be what we want. Maybe not go up quite so far. Yeah. Make it more straight. Okay. Let's save. And just to look at it, we're going to change the material, but just to see, like, it looks rocky and yeah, seems pretty cool to me. And what now? We could just apply it, start doing stuff on top of it if we wanted to. Do we want to keep the ground this bumpy, or do we want to smooth it down here in the center? I think we might want to smooth it down the center. And let's just do the usual. Select those and vertex group detail. Let's see, that'll make it that'll make it smooth, right? Oh, assign. Huh? Detail, assign, tab. What is it? um, it's called detail, yeah. So why is it not? Is it assigned? Let's see. Vertex groups, select detail, yeah, assign, tab. Is it because I auto-corrected the thing? Is it that? Let's see if we turn off this. That's what it is. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'd rather have the sides fixed than the floor flat, so we'll leave it fixed and we'll just do it ourselves. Let's apply it. Courage of our convictions and all that stuff. Okay, save again. And let's, if we're going to do that then, sculpt mode and smooth this whole section down. If I can't do it automatically, we'll do it manually. better. We can like smooth these entrance points here. So that's smooth. There you go. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Do 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 do. Great. Okay. And anywhere else kind of looking like we want to doink with it a bit. Could just play with these here. Let's smooth this down. Just alter up this geometry just a touch. Since we have it, we're doing it. Might as well. There we go. Smooth that. Yeah, get these floors kind of lined up better. Oh, that's better. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Cool. Maybe just do a lot of this. Get that. Maybe make this a little less. Ah, yeah. That's cool too. All I'm doing is just smoothing. Nothing complicated here, but just make it a little more organic in that area and fix these weird lips that are happening no matter what we do. And it also makes each one of these holes different just because it's got my hand on it. It's worth doing. And they're already different because of a noise modifier, but now we're just enhancing that and doing it with a little bit more intent. Great. Cool. And that. You just kind of play with it as much as you want to. It's Bob Ross's shit. I love sculpting ground too. Just like, there's something really just kind of, I don't know, satisfying about it for me. Okay. Let's do these edges here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sculpting's so much fun. Maybe even push some of it. We may even add a bit of stuff while we're just playing. It's a pretty simple idea, so this shouldn't take us long to generate something. So let's try to generate something good. It feels so much more organic now, doesn't it? At least to me. That's, yeah, I get these top ones too, definitely. Cool. Maybe even play a little more. Just go, we'll grab the yank tool, whatever they actually call it, and just warp this out a little bit more even. Cool. Smooth that down. Just kind of taking a look at it to see like what does my eye get drawn to, and when it's drawn to it, does it like it or not like it? Okay. I think that is way better. Yeah, that's definitely better. Okay. And we can do a little bit more magic too. Just grab the whole thing. Select it all. Come back out. And let's go to random flow and do a quick displacement on top of this thing. Strength of 0.5. and size of 1. Not even that much, 0.25. Size of 1, sure. Then let's do it again. Strength of 0.125, size of 0.5. Great. It's that center circle, it just annoys me, but we'll deal. We're going to put something there anyway. And then maybe one more time. Quick displace, strength of 0.05, size of 0.25. It's not going to do much. Just to add third layer, but we've just about hit our limit. And if we look, yeah, we're looking good. That center circle is why it's doing weird. It's just because of the way the geometry is laid out there. And we could even just kind of come through and smooth it one more time, just there a little bit. Sculpt mode. Let's just sort of smooth some of these areas down a little bit. Not the whole thing, but just to add like there. Get rid of that. Ooh, that's, well, no, we're not gonna actually sculpt. We could though. I mean, yeah. Want to get fun? We'd be like, ooh, sculpting stuff up here, adding rocks, changing the edge. Sure, why not? There's no reason not to. So since we're here, let's just do it. Play. It's like making Legos, man. Okay. Cool. Yeah, actually, I do like that we kind of de-emphasize that some of those edges a little bit. Kind of up the top here. Bring some stuff back out that way. This is not adding geometry really, it's just moving it, so it's fine. Sure. Save. Object mode. Alrighty. So we got rid of the geometry node, so it's real geometry. We've sculpted it the way we want it to be. It's got all these like tubes to nowhere, which will be nice and dark and cool looking. Let's UV it. Select it all. I'm gonna try cube to start with. Excuse me. Have a sip of my coffee. Okay. So now let's give it that sandstone material. See what it looks like. Mine. Landscape. Which one? Desert sandstone? I think this is the one that has actual sand. Apply it. Now let's see what we got. Yep, it is. And yeah, it kind of works. The sand is a little too in your face here. Those the blending between flat and not flat is just a little too intense. Let's fix it. Shading. Take a look. And first thing, can't remember which one is which. Is this the sand? Yeah, that's the sand. Okay, cool. So first thing with sand, I want to make the scale a little bit bigger. Scale of, no. Let's just do the value. We can control it as 1 then. Value of 1, 2, way too small. 0.15, better. Let's do that. Seems like it's a bit better. And this is our interface between them. I think we want to add more black in here. And that should maybe help. I also don't think we want it to be pure black. Well, pure black maybe is okay. Well, let's see. Value 0.01, and instead of pure white, value of 0.9. Let's see. That should create a smoother, yeah, interface between the two of them, and neither of them be ever quite 100%. So you'll see some little rock in there and a little sand in the other part too. But I think that's better. Yeah, we got less sand on the rims. That's good. And that feels much better. Hmm. Still not entirely sure about this sand. It feels a little rocky to me, which was good for what I made it for, but maybe we want to change it now. Which sand is it? I don't know. Okay. Well, it's just a simple switch, so let's just grab it and delete it and rebuild the sand. So it's just this material, and Control Shift T. Textures, sand. It was Sand 01 that I used, right? Yeah. I kind of like the Sengu one. I think. Let's see. Let's try these. Is that better? Interesting. I'm inverting my roughness color. That's really bizarre. Okay, interesting. So what does it look like this? Okay, that's just sand. Cool. Oh, I don't want a displacement on it. Nuke that. That's part of the problem. Get rid of that. Make a bump. Pull it in here. Height. Okay. Strength of like 0.25. Distance of like 0.5. Try that. Now, mapping. I want to even try, rather than doing these, let's get rid of them. Or not, get rid of this. Great. Shift A, search, Uber, polygon Uber mapping. Yep, that's what we wanted. Scale of 2, 10. Mosaic. Rotation. Noise. That feels better. Scale. Cool. I think that feels better for sand. Now let's see what it looks like if we combine the two of them together again. Yeah, that feels a lot better. Now it's like sand on top instead of some kind of weird dirt thing. And it feels like sand on top to me now. Better. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. So we fixed that. We got our sand. We got our rocks. We are at 34 minutes. We are doing amazing for time, so we can just keep playing and get this to where we need it to be. Okay, I'm gonna move this off to my other window. Get our full screen again. All right. So, what next? We need to decide if this is abandoned or not. I'm thinking it might be. Is this an abandoned space? Okay. I think I also want to put another copy of that head that brought my adventurers to this area in here. So let's go grab a head. Open. Don't save. Up. And where is my warehouse? Cool. Great. There we are. There's our people. There's our weird ass ugly head. Copy object. I think that's all we need from this warehouse right now. So let's just close it. By close it, I mean go back to a blank Blender so I can use it for something else if I need to. Collection, paste. There's our head. Now this is a smaller one. What if this here was bigger, like 5 times larger? Just sitting there in the middle of this space. It's kind of weird, kind of abstract, and I kind of like it. And if we're going to do that, what if? Now that's cool. Let's go back to this material though. Shading. And I got all these nodes here. I'm just going to group them. So this is what controls, and we can call it sand control. Cap locks. Because now we can copy it. Go to this bad boy here and paste it and drag this out. Shift A, search for a mix shader. Make this our default. And then we'll put this as our sand controller. Okay. Now we can go back here. And this, we can just group it because it's very boring as sand. Great. And then copy it. Back to here, paste it. Great. And up and connect it. And now we have sand on the top of our thing, but probably not enough. We need more. So let's make this one unique, so we're changing it up a little bit. And go into it. And I want to have a higher, more sand, less black. Let's bring this back. This brings in the sand on top of our guy. More, Michael. So there's quite a bit. Yeah, and it also unifies it to the ground because it's the same sand, so that's cool. And a little bit more. We could even do way more if we wanted to. That seems like a kind of good amount there, though. Cool. Yeah, I like that. Okay, save. Now, maybe we'll build a little bit of drifting around this thing if we can. Although it's going to add rock too, right? Let's see. Let's try it. Sculpt mode. And just a little bit of, if we pull this, if we, see, that adds rock. Yeah, we don't want to do that too much. This will add a little bit of both. It's smoother though. It's a little rocky, but as we make it less flat, it becomes more rock, just by the way we set up our shader. But I do kind of want to yeah, cradle this thing just a little bit. That's cool. Probably nobody but me will notice. Yeah, exactly. It's the ancient face of Shropshire. Totally. We're back in the desert, clearly. Now he looks cool. I'm liking this guy. Let's apply scale. I don't know what I did before. There we go. Liking the sand on top of him. Liking the space. And like I said, I think this is going to be a ruin still. And then the great reveal, of course, is that this head is still much older than this place. So the concept is that then this ruined building was actually made like several hundred to 1,000 years ago by the a couple of human settlers that got abandoned in this colony when the interregnum started and the empire dropped out and there was no supplies and they couldn't get out and they reverted to absolute primitivism. Um, but this was still here before that. So where is this coming from? That'll be our story element. Um, now I'm liking this guy. Looks good. I think we're cool here. I think maybe I'll smooth this ground down just a little bit more as I look at it from the top. If we smooth it, yeah, that just gives us a bit more sand in here. Yeah, I like that better. With a little, but mostly that's pretty flat. Yeah, yeah, that's cool. Hmm. Cool. Save. Um, so I'm trying to think of like what would survive in this ruin for a couple hundred years in the desert. Mostly rock and metal stuff. They're not going to have a lot of that. So it's going to be pretty empty except for what's been carved out. But we're going to do on a few things, even if it's just film logic so it looks cool. Never underestimate film logic. Um, Empire Sands again. Go back into that. Let's see. I'm going to find a few pillars, I think. No, those are buildings, fabrics, greebles, no. Landscapes, no. I love the Sandrock shader. It's one of my faves. Um, it's one of the best things I ever did. Spending 20 minutes making that a year ago, and then you're like, oh, now I can just modify it anytime I need it, and it's great. Um, can we throw a few? What do these look like? How do we feel about them? It's kind of, phallic, but besides that, do we want it in our space? Like surround a couple of these surrounding this thing? Possibly. Does it feel weird? Probably. Does it maybe still work? We don't know. I'm not hating that yet. I want to change it to the sand shader, just desert sandstone. So this link materials. Cool. Instant sand. I love it. These are a little too low poly for what I want. So let's tweak that out a bit. Maybe we will modify. Let's solo it first. Yeah, it's pretty low poly. Great. That's fine though. Add modifier, subdiv surface it, and you can just go simple. Oh, it doesn't really actually. Catmull's fine too. Either way. And 2. And let's add another modifier, displace. Um, New. Yeah, I know. Material is going to be distorted noise. And strength is going to be like 0.1, maybe even less. 0.5. Nah, 0.1. And we're going to make this 1 actually. And then we're going to add another one at the end. It's also 1. And that should smooth it down. Let's see. Turn it off. Do we like it? I don't know. try turning this up to like 0.2. See if it does anything for us. No, I'm not liking it. All right, it's an idea. Just get rid of it. Let's try another way. Because that's just too smooth for me. A tab, Shift Q, quick displace. Let's try it. Strength of 0.1. Whew. Yeah, no, F9. Cuts of 1. 9. Strength of 1, just to really see it. No, 1 is too much. 0.25, that's better. Repeat smoothing. All right. Do I like that better? I think I do. Again, it's subtle, but I think it is better. Is this one not the same? I thought I'd done it, duplicated them. Well, we can use this one too. Shift Q, quick displace. I'll give it a different seed, I guess, which could be cool too. Noise seed. 2, sure. And then same with this one. Utility, quick displace, noise seed. There we go. So now they're not the same. That's handy too. Is that better? I think that is better. Yep. The 3 witnesses around this space. Cool. Now, I think we're going to want a couple of rocks on the ground as well. How do we want to scatter them? Just generically, randomly? We could try that to start with. First thing let's do, let's bring in some small rocks. We'll use these same set. Lots of different ones. We got lots of small rocks. Do I really need them all? Maybe not. Let's just do a couple of rocks. This one, this one. I'll just grab one at a time. Rock, 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 rock. Maybe 4 is a good number. Let's go to those 4. Yeah, oh, they're vastly different in scale though. Let's shrink this one down and bring this one up. So they're at least a little closer. And then we're going to give them the same material of desert sandstone. Link materials, Z8. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah. Sand on the rock. Cool. Okay, let's move all 4 of those. We don't really need to, but yeah. Move new collections to rocks. Okay. Now, this bad boy here is going to be our source. We don't have to scatter. We should be okay. Geoscatter. Grab it. We want to scatter rocks, so we don't need a ecosystem. And just kind of loosely scattered. Small rocks, that's right. Ducks. Scatter objects. Whoo, yeah, too many. first off, I think we're going to come through and abiotic elevation. We just want it to be, we can do percent, we can do whatever, but I tend to just do altitude just because my brain works that way. And then I can just cut it down like 2. And then I'll get it on the ground. Sure. Fine. Then we're going to do slope, not absolute. 15's fine. Cool. Good deal. Then I don't want it to be near these things, so let's make new collection. I don't know what we're going to call them. Temple interior stuff. Sure. Yeah. Proximity, repel from temple interior stuff. Great. Then offset, push along, surface normal, sure. Minus 0.2. Minus point. Oh. Yeah. There we go. So inset them further in. Let's see what that looks like. I mean, that looks pretty good to me. It just gives us more of that rock stuff there too, which is cool. That is kind of badass looking, actually. I don't know that we need more even. I think that's enough. We could play with them more just to see. Distribution is now 0.1 every meter. We could double that. Does it do much? Yeah, it doesn't super change it, does it? Well, I think that's a good amount. I like that. I'm good at names. Great. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so what else are we gonna see in this thing that might have survived the wind, the rain, the whatever, and is still sufficiently old school? It doesn't look super techy. If these guys had anything left over from when they were technologically advanced, it would be in one of these caves in the side. It wouldn't be in the center. Unless there was just something like rusting out and old right in the middle. So, yeah, I think we're gonna keep it pretty simple there. Could look at. I'm trying to think of like. I've been to Angkor Wat and Cambodia area, and like those temples, what's left on them after people are gone in the ruins, and it looks very natural mostly. There's not much to it. Tends to be pretty empty. All right. I might want to try a little bit of plant life. I just think it always adds some to the stuff. Let's edit this sucker here. Let's turn off geoscattering. Not that we have much there yet, but edit it. There's so much. Now we're in a desert environment like this. We would only see plants kind of in a place where they can be a bit more shaded, but still have some dirt. So like along these rims here, let's just see what happens. Can I do something like Shift G normal? No, doesn't really, it's not enough. I mean, we could make it more, but yeah, no. Okay, so we're just gonna have to select some areas. Do it by hand, which is fine. We can do that. We have the time to kind of get a little more manual than sometimes we do here, which is neat. We don't have to worry about being too even. I'm just gonna cut that a little thick though. Yeah, much of the cool stuff is underground. That's kind of what I'm thinking too. Um, we're on the same page here. I'm just gonna add basically along all of these places here, the potential for a plant life thing to happen. And this is, you know, overkill, but again, we can do it. It's not a problem. It's fun. Just be like, oh, where are we putting stuff? Paint trees. My Bob Ross moment, you know? Ugh, that's a little bit high on the top, but there we go. All that. Now let's do the top layer too. Just do a couple like blips there too, because why not? We can always edit it later too. Just randomly there. All right. And then, oh, maybe a little bit along the top of the rim. No, that's gonna be kind of windblown and beat up, so we'll leave that empty. At least right now. New, assign it. We're gonna call it plants. Sure. Okay, so now we are gonna need to go up into an ecosystem. Bio, open biomes. I just want just like the barest hint of things. Nothing big. Um, that's a lot of density on some of these. Probably way more than we need. Let's just try. Probably just gonna use the grass, honestly. But let's do wasteland 6. We can just delete some stuff out of it. Yeah, 2.5 million. I know. Let's just move it out of the way. So the first thing we're gonna do is set the whole thing to just plants and invert it. And now we can show it. It's not awful. I don't think we need the gravel. Although, let's see what it looks like, rather than guessing. That's actually not bad. Now I like having that kind of like, yep, there's some just scrubby shit around there. Might even be some scrubby stuff around there too. That'd be neat. Let's turn off geoscatter, edit this bad boy again, and yeah, that would make sense. Come right in here. Just do it like that. And here. And obviously the other two as well. Here. We're just setting what kind of terrain it is too, right? Like, is it a, you know, Sahara blasted Arrakis desert, or then the answer is no, it's not. So assign, and then this thing, then we need to come over here and do an upward obstruction to temple stuff. Okay, tab, turn back on that. We got a little bit of plant stuff going around there. don't like it around the center thing that much. I like it around that. These are just annoying me. So let's just come in, not that thing, this thing. Edit. Why is it going out further than, yeah. Invert it, see, select it, great, and remove. Great, better, yeah. It's actually quite a bit of plant life, but it's the kind of stuff you wouldn't necessarily notice. It's definitely desert still. Yeah. Kind of digging it. Right. We could perhaps. I don't know if I want a wall. Like I was like, I could put a wall in here somewhere, but it's not that big a space, and I kind of want this to be like the open center of what would have been a village, so people would live in these places, and then there would be offshoots down into here. There would be ladders and stuff, but they'd be long, long gone now. Yeah, okay. I think that's all right. Just trying to think like what other little subliminal things can we do to this to make it cool without changing its vibe too much. We could certainly play with some of those corridors. They're very understated. It kind of depends where our main camera, like what our focus is. Is it this? Like if we set our camera to be like here, let's say maybe it's camera time. That might be our next thing to play with, just to sort of see, at least for our primary view we want to sell to people, what is this going to be? Anamorphic, right? Could not remember that word in class yesterday to save my life. I was like, well, you know, just, typical. Okay, something like that. So we're like looking down into it. You can pull back a little. See the upper part too. Now we're like looking in from the cave. So that would be a full-on, yeah, we're coming into this space. So I kind of want to see a little more sky or a little less one of the two, but frame within a frame, cinematic composition. Yeah, that would be kind of the vibe we're looking at for, our team has gone through that arch that we found last 2 weeks ago and come down, and this is the next area that they get to. And I mean, it's looking good. I'm thinking I like it. Simple, but good. HDR. Let's give us a sky. What do we want? I don't even know what this one is. There's not that many of them. Just trying to use one I haven't used a billion times is all. It's kind of cloudy. A little too cloudy for what I want. 8. That's what 8 is like. Whew, more of these. Class went fine. It went well. I did 2 sessions. I didn't get a chance to eat lunch in between the 2 of them, so I was like, by the end. But no, it went really well. So much stuff to just dump on people that after a while you're like, did I get it? Did it work? But people seem to like it. I had fun, so yeah. All right, that's kind of a neat sky. I'll need to brighten it up a little bit. Photographer, exposure, 8. Ooh. Ooh. It's looking good. It's not bad. I like those plants too. Like I always love when you do something like, "Is that going to be good?" And you're like, "Yeah, yeah, it's good. All right." Let's where's my placeholder guy? Let's just get rid of him. And do I want to bring in some peeps or just leave it empty? Um, let's see. I mean, I like it empty, which means I have more time just to play with it some. That's kind of cool though. Um, I think it'd be neater if we had a brighter sun though, like something giving us some like a god beam or whatever into that. And can we just fake one? I think we can. I think that this is undetermined to sky enough that we could add a sunlight. So let's do that. Indeterminate light, sun. Um, is that better? I think it could be. Let's just play with our angles a little bit. I think that's working for me. I wish, one thing I'm trying to do maybe is we could, if we kiss that one, does it, this one here, does it work? It's high enough, like it would be great if we could just kind of kiss it without, I mean, we can cheat it too, but something like that. Color, 6500s are right. We could maybe go a little bit warmer, 6000, just brighten it up a little bit. Yeah, no, well, it was totally my fault. There was a guy that I was talking with after class, and we just talked until there wasn't time for me to go anywhere. So I ate a couple Timbits, donut holes to anyone but a Canadian, and had a coffee and went back to teaching again. You know, I mean, I could have gone to lunch. I just didn't. I was, I was very focused, is what I found. Like I was like really all I was thinking about was this class all day long. So, um, yeah, that's cool. It's weird for me to like go a little slower and look at this stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm not like, it's good. I don't have to rush, but I'm just try because we have that time. Let's see what that does. Do we like that better? I want to try to separate that pillar a little bit from that background. That feels like that might do that. Yeah, that seems good. But yeah, the first class was 18 people. The second class was 12 people. Um, and it was good. Mix of skill ranges, everybody from nothing to people who do a bunch of stuff in other 3D programs. Um, engagement seemed high. People asked good questions. I was pleased. um, are we good? Do we want to do moss? What moss would we do? We could, just to see what it would look like, throw something back behind here, like another mountain. Again, when you finish in time, it gives you a chance to play more. It's kind of neat. I'm not used to it. Big, medium, small. We'll just go with the Astronova Mountains for right now. They're kind of the right general vibe. Martian. Go that. If we bring that in, then we're going to need to turn up our camera clip end to like 500, maybe even more, but let's see what 500 does. That's a little close still. We don't want it that close for sure. So let's just go to, just give us 2 kilometers. Then we should have plenty. Something like that. Let's see. Pushing it back more. That's kind of neat. Yeah, I think we'll give it, particularly at this distance, let's try just giving it the same material too. Yeah, that's better. Cool. Anything that adds depth is awesome. So let's Alt-D. Ah! Over here. And we can just maybe up a little bit. There we go. That's kind of cool. I don't think we want fog this time, even like sand, dust. It feels like this should be a fairly open space. What happens, just to see if we make this thing bigger? No. I think I like it that size. It's still way bigger than a human. Take this down a bit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's better. Let's do the same on these two. Just so that sand starts to merge with the other one. Yeah. Oh, that's so much better. Good call. Okay. Well, I mean, we got time. Let's set up some other cameras then. See what we get. I like that first one just fine. Second camera. Yeah, we don't even have, we have so little enough geoscattering. We don't even really need to turn it off to move around, which is nice. Let's see if we line it up like this. Focus on our guy. Oh, we didn't set the focus on the first one, did we? We should do that. No. Focus on this pillar. But back to the guy. Focus on him. Z8. Let's see. That's okay, but I don't think we can get it better. On this one, let's go to 50. Get in there more. Yeah. Get low. That cool. 1, 2. Sure. 3. Where do we want to put 3? Ooh, that's cool. Yeah. So we can show kind of the holes in general too. This one maybe we'll go back to 35. Yeah. Let's see how we want to line it up. Cool. Yeah, that's good. I'm liking it. Do we do a top? Top down? You do a top down. 4. Save. So that would be our environment without people. Now, we should probably at least, given that we have 15 minutes still, we should at least try to see if we like it with people or not. I think these are going to be my shots no matter what. Let's try some people. Canyon mapping. Ooh, we could do our little mappy things too. Just that would give us a sci-fi vibe. That could be cool. Let's do that. Yeah. Okay, cool. Even before people, let's do that. Grab this thing. That's actually all part of it, isn't it? Yeah. Select hierarchy. Got it. Copy objects. There's our drone. Come back over and Control V and paste. There's our drone boy, right? Where'd he go? There. Let's try from camera 1 first. Let's see if it. We gotta get rid of that, whatever that was. Right, this part, this thing doesn't need to be seen. Whatever that is. I know what it is, but, oh, it's not. It's just good. It's gonna slow our shot down a whole bunch, but I do think it's cool. Cool. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I prefer environment without people too. It's just a matter of making sure you have the scale set, you know. Since we don't have trees or buildings, like these could honestly be almost any size were it not for these little bushes. That's just what we're tracking to. But yeah, I prefer environment without people too. I'm gonna duplicate this bad boy. Yeah, and that's just the drone, right? Yeah, good. Object set origin or 3D cursor. Object geometry origin. Kind of move it. Where do we want to set him to be? I think maybe over here. Let's see. He's gonna be kind of blurry anyway. almost unseen. Okay, so let's down local. I'm just gonna try to remember where I am color-wise, but see what we got. Mhm. Maybe even tilt it slightly. Mhm. Yeah, that'll work, I think. Maybe I don't even need one here, though. That's the other option, is like, let's see, do you like it better here? Yeah, I think we do like him better there. Hmm. Cool. And we can fake some light on him too, which might be a good idea. Here, lights. Oh, those shouldn't be there. Scene collection, lights. Shift A, light, spotlight. I'm gonna go to global. Cursor. Local's fine actually, but RX or global. RZ. There. We're gonna want this light to be 20, pretty focused, pretty high blend. Let's see if that gives us something so we can like see it without screwing up our sunlight. I'm gonna turn off the other one because it slows everything down. Those holograms are really expensive. Yeah, that's better. Now this light, we just make it, let's go like 1,000 so we can see it. Cool. And local 7. So the sun's local. Okay, kind of the same. Come here. It's hard to deal with this when you've got caves, not the sun, the spot. Just makes it tough to get things working right. Okay. Good. Honestly, that's what we want, is just that little rim light thing there. We maybe want it a bit wider. Maybe we'll go to like 40. Yeah, 40 is good. And without it, okay, so let's cut it down to, see if we can get a little lower. 30. 30 is good. I didn't want that thing hitting there, but I like it hitting here, here, and here. And honestly, 1,000's overkill, but it's probably good. Let's see, we can go to like 500. Yeah, it's about the same. I just want to get like a nice, bright, blown out highlight there on that drone. It doesn't super matter to me how bright it is because I want it to be blown out. So blown out is blown out. On. That's cool. That's cool. Yep. Maybe we do one more thing. Is this? I want to grab. Doesn't really matter which color, but we'll grab this color. Hex. Copy it. Okay. And now Z6. And if we pick this here, and we're in lights, and Shift A, light, point, and we make it that color. Dot 7. Okay, yeah. G. Good. Individual origin. 7. G back, just so we can't see what's causing the light. Right, we can't. Good. Power 500. Let's see what that does. Let's turn back off this hologram again. And we get a little bit of scanning light from back there. That's kind of cool. It's too bright though. 50. Maybe 100. Cool. I don't want it to be that one though. I want it to be the one underneath it. Point. And yeah, let's kind of come over to it. Where are we? Yeah. 7. G. And then GZ into that one. Yeah, and we might need to make it a bit brighter now, but let's see. Seven. Where are you? Okay. Cool. That's where we want it. And again, 200. It's going to be subtle, but I think cool. Just to be like, oh, look, there's another one of those drones back there. So it's like there's evidence of 3. Save. And let's just take a look again. That's going to be good. We'll turn on the hall. Cool. Just make sure I haven't broken anything. I'm going to take this cube here, which is what it's pointed at. Yeah. Right? That's the target. Get it a color. There we go. Yeah, that's the target. Cool. Now let's just drag it back more to there. So we're scanning over the whole thing, maybe down a little bit. Yeah, so it's scanning that object now clearly. Yeah. Nice. Like, cool. This one doesn't have a lot of cheated lighting. We might want to give it some glints too. Here, one more. Shift A, light, spotlight. Cool. Let's turn off this hollow again. Just something to make it pop a little bit. Yep, that does it. No, maybe it was already there. It's already kind of doing more than I thought it was. Maybe we don't need it, but let's check and by 3D cursor and yeah, that brightens it up. We want it. Let's just see, 100. Even that's kind of cool. 50. 50 is good. Yeah. Just to give it some utterly fake lighting, but you know, no one's going to notice and it makes it stand out better, and that's just good. Yep. Ditto here. Yep. Yep. Cool. All right, folks. Well, we ended up doing our whole time. Worked out well. I'm quite pleased with this one. I think it turned out nice. I will render it out, post it up on the socials, and be back again tomorrow with another one. Thanks for hanging out. I always appreciate it. And I will see you folks next time. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Okay. Bye.